What's up guys, Michael here. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to make a quick video on Monero, just an update video. Maybe some of you guys don't know about Monero, but if you look at my profile picture, that is the Monero logo. And I feel like I'd be doing you guys a disservice by letting you guys know about these airdrops, and maybe potentially you guys will make money, but not financial advice, but I like to put some of that money towards Monero. So today I just wanted to show you a couple clips. Right now Monero is at $232, and if Monero was to be in the number 10 spot where AVAX is, that would be a 5x from here. So I'm going to play those clips for you guys. You can learn a little bit about Monero. I'll put some links below. So let's jump into it.
And for years, Bitcoin has been the currency of choice for virtually all ransom payments because it isn't controlled by a central bank or a government entity. Think the recent JBS or Colonial Pipeline attacks. But hackers are now starting to request less traceable, even less traceable, more anonymous Bitcoin alternatives. Why are cyber criminals now ditching Bitcoin? It was such a popular mode of transferring value for the last several years.
Good morning, Dom. So one of the core features of Bitcoin is that its public ledger, which stores all token transactions in its history, is visible to everyone. So this is why the savvier hackers are turning to Monero, which has additional anonymity built into it. Monero is considered a privacy token, which means that it hides virtually all transaction details, which allows cyber criminals greater freedom from some of the tracking tools that authorities have developed to trace payments on Bitcoin's blockchain.
Now, okay, so if there's not a lot of liquidity and it's not as well used, what exactly then does get Monero to that next level, to the level that you say maybe some of the altcoins are at, and eventually what's happening with Bitcoin?
It just all comes back to its public ledger, its blockchain that underpins Monero, and the fact that it's very difficult to see who the sender is, who the recipient is, what the transaction amount is. And I think that a lot of cyber criminals are banking on the fact that those on and off ramps that connect fiat cash with like the digital token will get better. And there will be more ways to liquidate their digital token stake, if you will. And I think that that's why we're seeing things trending in that direction.
I started this talk talking about the out-of-control fiat money supply around the world that is currently happening as a result of the pandemic. And that led to the idea that one should maybe spend some time looking into alternate forms of scarcity that are not controlled by governments. That would be precious metals, and also, now that there's Nakamoto consensus, Bitcoin and Monero. How does one process the relative expensiveness or cheapness of these assets? Here is, I think, the only price chart that should be looked at by anyone who's looking to think of cryptocurrency as an investment. I'm doing a long-term timescale, so this is from 2009 to the present. And what I'm doing here is I'm showing the value of all the world's Bitcoin, and I'm dividing that by the value of all the world's above-ground gold. So there are several variables that go into this chart. First, there's the number of Bitcoin in existence at any given time. There's the price of the Bitcoin. There's the amount of gold in existence at any given time, and there's the price of gold. You need all four of those ingredients to come up with this ratio chart, which I'm showing a log scale again. And then I've done that again for the value of all the world's Monero divided by the value of all the world's gold. Currently, all the world's Bitcoin is worth something like 2% that of all the world's gold. And all the Monero in the world is worth about 1/100th of 1% of all the world's gold. You might be aware that there's been a recent spike of interest in cryptocurrency prices. Bitcoin is back over $10,000, but you don't see that here because there's also been a spike in the price of gold. The relative valuation of crypto to gold has been flat in the post-pandemic time period. Is this rational that crypto to gold cap ratios have been flat during the pandemic? I'll leave that to you to decide. Second, of these two cryptocurrencies, there is one that actually acts like gold because it's fungible. Gold does not have on the back of every gold bar a list of everyone who owned that gold before you did. So it's actually a more apt comparison to compare the value of Monero versus gold. So is it rational that the valuation of Monero is 1/10,000th of that of gold, whereas the valuation of Bitcoin is 1/50th that of gold?
So yeah guys, that was Daniel Kim, and I will link both of those videos below if you want to watch the full clips. But this second half of the video is being recorded a couple days later, and we can see that Monero's jumped from 232 to 254. So that's a great price jump. But yeah, I agree with what Daniel Kim is saying. Monero is private, it's fungible, and all he means by fungibility is that you can trade one Monero for another Monero and know they're exactly the same. With Bitcoin, that's not always the case because we have the block explorer, and we can type in any address up in here on this website and see what transactions are taking place on a specific address. And the problem with being able to look up any address is that if you don't have privacy, your Bitcoin could be blacklisted. We've seen the Canadian authorities seize Bitcoin from the truckers' convoy. We have this article here. Secret Service seizes more than 102 million in crypto assets. I wanted to show you guys this one line right here to make it very clear. When you follow a digital currency wallet, it's no different than an email address that has some sort of correlating identifiers. And once a person and another person make a transaction and that gets onto the blockchain, there's ability to follow that email address or wallet address and trace it through the blockchain. So basically what they're saying is you have no privacy. So some more Monero news. On April 18th, the Monero community decided to withdraw XMR from centralized exchanges. And the reason they did that was because they believe that a number of exchanges misrepresent their Monero reserves. So you can see that the Monero community is very anti-centralization, they're anti-government, and that's really what crypto is supposed to be about. So I am going to link this webpage here for you guys down below. It's a Monero info dump, and you can learn a lot more about Monero. Alright, so to wrap up, I just wanted to share with you guys a report I had saved, and this is from a couple years ago, but I believe it still holds true today, and this is from Satis Group, and they have their estimated value of top 10 crypto assets over the next 10 years. And you can see here at the top, they have BTC going to 143,000. And if we look down here at XMR, they project Monero to be 39,000 in 10 years. So right now Monero's at 255. And if we look here at their key takeaways, they say 90% of crypto asset value will be derived from penetration of offshore deposits. Currency and privacy networks will be the largest beneficiaries, as most fundamental value will stem from stored value use cases. So the largest upside we see in the entire crypto market is in the privacy sector. Although privacy networks are newer entrants, we believe the network effects seen from the likes of BTC earlier on will be repeated within dominant coins here. Not only do these coins target the same large and lower velocity store of value markets as BTC and currencies, they present a much deeper value proposition within those markets. As we stated above, the largest drivers of adoption within these networks will be continued pressure from capital controls, currency devaluation, and broader global turmoil. So they're saying that these privacy networks have deeper value proposition. That is through privacy, that is through fungibility. And in 10 years, they project Monero to be around $40,000. Pause this if you want to read the rest of that, but I agree with what they're saying. Monero right now is $255. If it were in the number 5 spot here, it'd be around $2,000. And I know we do the videos on the airdrops, but not financial advice. I will be dollar cost averaging into Monero over the next few years. And I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention. So I will link those videos below from earlier on, and I will link this website below so you can learn more. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to let you know about Monero. So bye for now, and I will talk to you soon.